Hey, what's up everybody, it's Josh here from Harmony 8 Music Academy. Today I'm going to run you through the iconic intro drum fill and drum beat from Nirvana's Smells Like Teen Spirit. If you haven't done so already, make sure you click the subscribe button below and feel free to leave some comments for us as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do to try and help you get the hang of this as quick as possible is I'm going to break this down into 3 different sections. The first section is going to be the intro drum fill, the second section will be the main beat, and the third section will be the end of the main beat. So let's get started with the intro fill. I personally find the best way to get the hang of this is to use a counting system, which is what most drummers would do anyway. So I'm going to tell you how to count on each section basically. Now on the first section, which is the fill, we want to be counting 1 E and A, 2 E and A, 3 E and A, 4 and the counting, the way we do that in terms of spacing is 1 E and A, 2 E and A, 3 E and A, 4 and. Now it is a little bit faster than that, but what we're going to do to help learn it a little bit quicker is to slow it down. So as most drum tutors would tell you, you will learn something a lot faster by learning it a lot slower. So the first part, on every single number of this, you're going to do what's called a flam on the snare. If you don't already know what a flam is, it's literally where you're going to hit the snare drum with both hands at the same time. One hand does land just slightly, a split second before the other hand, but it goes like this. And you do that on every single number, so you go 1, and then on the E after that you're going to do a kick, and you're going to do that on every E as well. So you're going to go 1 E. The next part is and what you're going to do is move your right hand, if you're a right-handed drummer, over to the hi-hat. You want your hi-hat open and you just hit the hi-hat. So far you have 1 E and then the A after the and, you're literally just going to hit the kick again. A. So you have 1 E and A, and then the 2 E and A and 3 E and A are exactly the same as that. So you have 1 E and A, 2 E and A, 3 E and A. So you've already got 3/4 of the fill. The final quarter, all you've got to do is hit the snare on the number 4 with a flam. You don't hit anything on the E, you don't hit anything on the A, you just do a kick on the and. So 4 and. In total you've got 1 E and A, 2 E and A, 3 E and A, 4 and. So if you put all of that together, 1 E and A, 2 E and A, 3 E and A, 4 and. Okay, we're on to the main drum beat now. This is a little bit trickier to play than the intro fill, and the counting method is completely different. So the counting method for this, it's worth saying it as well quite a few times to get the hang of it, is 1, A 2, A 3 E and A 4 and. So faster, 1, A 2, A 3 E and A 4 and slower, 1, A 2, A 3 E and A 4 and. Okay, it's pretty tricky because your right hand on this it feels like it wants to be doing more than what it actually does. Because there's a lot of kick drum in this, the right hand will try doing as much as that kick drum does. So you've got to be sure to keep an eye on your right hand and watch that it's not hitting in places that it shouldn't be. What it wants to be doing is literally the right hand just hits on every single number. So 1, the 2, the 3 and the 4. It doesn't hit anywhere else. So the first part is on the 1, you're going to hit a kick and crash at the same time. So 1. The next part, and it's worth noting that the hi-hat in all of this stays open. So the next part is an A, and it's literally just a kick drum by itself. So you have 1, ah. The next part after that is a 2, and it's a snare drum with your left hand and an open hi-hat with your right hand. So you have 1, ah, 2. The next part after the 2, we've got an ah, and it's snare drum with your left hand just by itself. And this is the part where it kind of starts getting a bit weird to play. So you have 1, ah, 2, ah. After that, we've got the number 3, which is going to be right hand on an open hi-hat with the right foot on the kick drum at the same time. So we're going to have 1, ah, 2, ah, 3. So you're halfway through it now. The next part, straight after you do that 3, you do an E, and it's a left hand on the snare by itself. So we have 1, ah, 2, ah, 3, E. A little bit faster. 1, ah, 2, ah, 3, E. That's where it starts to feel tricky just after this bit now, because your right foot's going to do a little bit of a quick motion next, and it's going to feel like your right hand wants to mimic it at the same time, but you've got to try to make sure not. So the next part is we've got an and an ah, and what you're going to do is you're going to do a kick drum by itself on both of those. So it's going to go and ah. So in total, up to there, we've got 1, ah, 2, ah, 3, E, and ah. That's the trickiest part done now. So the next part that we're going to do is we're going to do the number 4, and it's literally just open hi-hat and snare at the same time. So 4. So if we put all of that together now, 1, ah, 2, ah, 3, E, and ah, 4. Okay, and the final part is an and it's literally just a kick drum by itself. So if I put all of that together, 1, ah, 2, ah, 3, E, and ah, 4, and. If you're struggling with that in any way, shape or form, go back, watch over it a few times. You can pause in as many spots as you want and just do it little bit by little bit. If you're still struggling, feel free to leave a comment below and let us know how we can help and where you're struggling. So the next part is we basically want to take that we've just learned and repeat that 7 times. So we do 7 repeats of it. So just try it nice and slowly with me, but only try this once you can play it once through, nice and slow. So we have 1, ah, 2, ah, 3, E, and ah, 4, and 1, ah, 2, ah, 3, E, and ah, 4, and 1, ah, 2, ah, 3, E, and ah, 4, and 1, ah, 2, ah, 3, E, and ah, 4, and 1, ah, 2, ah, 3, E, and ah, 4, and 1, ah, 2, ah, 3, E, and ah, 4, and 1, ah, 2, ah, 3, E, and ah, 4, and. Okay, once you can do that, you're then on to the final section. So this is basically bar 8 of the beat. It's the final part before the verse comes in. We're not going to do the verse in this lesson because that's quite a lot to take in one go. And again, feel free to learn this at your own pace. You can learn it bit by bit. You've got all the time in the world to learn it, and just let us know if you're struggling in the comments below. So the final part, the first bit of it is exactly the same as the main beat. So on number 1, you're going to hit a kick and a crash at the same time. 1. Then you're going to do an ah after it, where it's just a kick still. So you have 1, ah. And then on number 2, you still do the same thing as the beat. You hit the snare and the open hat at the same time. 2. So you have 1 and 2. Now the next part is slightly different. So you're going to do an and, where it's just a kick drum by itself, and then on number 3 you're going to do an open hi-hat and a kick drum. So you have the and then 3, like that. And if you put all of that together, 1, 2 and 3, and then the final part is literally just a snare roll. And the way to count this, the way I find it's easiest, is to just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, and just do it right, left, right, left, right, left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if we try fitting that in with the little bit of a beat that we just did, 1, 2 and 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And just a little bit quicker, 1, 2 and 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if we play it kind of almost full speed, 1, 2 and 3. Once you've got the hang of that and you can do all of those sections, try putting all of them together and just try playing it start to finish. Slow speed, once you can do it very comfortably at slow speed, start slowly bringing the speed up. So the speed of the song, it's pretty fast. It's Dave Grohl on drums. He's one of the best drummers in the world, I personally think. So it can take a little bit of time to get it up to speed, but you just take your time, start slow and work your way up. Just remember, you will learn it a lot faster by learning it a lot slower. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button below. We've got drum lessons every single Monday, and let us know what sort of content you'd like to know or learn about in the comments below.